also the way that we are with our husbands too, how we treat our husbands.
Right.
You know,
you
our
have to be
children.
on his side. You have to
Right.
be for him and not,
you
not
have to
against.
respect.
Right.
You know, and they're watching us, our
That's
children,
right.
and however we speak with our husbands, they're going to treat us the same way.
That's
So we
right.
want to set a good example.
Yeah. One
for
thing I
them.
do is like whenever he addresses me, I'll say if the kids, if he's not speaking to them
Right.
or us per se,
Mhm.
I'll say yes sir.
Mhm.
And it's always yes sir.
They'll
yes, sir.
copy that.
So
Yeah.
they hear mama saying it, then they know that they have to say it too.
Yeah.
And then it teaches them respect, and then they'll be more respectful to
Yeah,
me,
so that's a
and
good
ultimately
idea.
him.
Mhm.
There's a saying that children more attention pay to what
what
you
you
do
do.
than what you say, and you don't think they're watching you,
Mhm.
and you want to know why they're doing that, and then you
Yeah.
have to say, well, oh wow, I did.
Right, that's a good
I did that
reminder.
yesterday.
I know.
Right.
Sometimes I hear them. They'll, like when I get sharp with them, that comes out in them too. You know, it's
That's a good
That's what it
reminder
is.
for me. Okay, I need to work on that because
yeah.
they're imitating
When-
me.
They do because
Yeah.
they're with you more than they are with daddy because
Right.
we're home with them.
It helps us to be a better person,
Yes.
a better woman, a better wife, and a better mother. And
Yeah.
a quote that I like is, set a watch before my mouth, a guard at the door of my lips.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could cross-stitch that on a pillow.
Right. Speaking of that, there's one I want to put, and that was a quote in here from Saint Teresa of Avila. Says to serve when there's no delight in serving. This is true love, and that helps me remember as far as
Right.
how I serve my children, how I serve my husband, even if
Even
I
if
don't
you
want
don't
to do
want
it.
to do it, just
You know, it's
yeah,
like,
you
okay.
offer it up and
Right.
do it. Right.
That's how you express your love, and then
Right.
the children learn the same way.
Right.
You know.
It's more notorious if you don't want to do it.
Right.
And you don't want to pray. And it's
Right.
harder, and you do it anyway because we
Yeah.
overcome our selfishness, our
Mhm.
self-love, and it's self-discipline. And
Yeah.
that's one thing she brings out too. It displays a lack of maturity.
Mhm.
And
Right.
you say, oh.
I know.
When we
I
look in
think
the
of
mirror,
this-
we.
I think of this often. One of William's sisters, she's a very strong-willed person, okay? And she could rule her husband like that
Yeah.
in a heartbeat. But because she knows
How important.
how important it
Mhm.
is to be submissive to him, she creates that harmony in her home.
Yes.
How wonderful is that? Some women, it's easy for us to be docile because we can
That's our
we
nature.
can, that's our nature.
Mhm.
But if it's not your nature, it's even more virtuous because
helps
you've had
you-
to control it.
Right.
Yeah.
It helps
Right.
you to be humble, to humble yourselves,
Right.
and that's how we're going to get to heaven.
That's
is
right.
We got to humble ourselves to.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
be for him. Our kids need to see us in love with our husband. They need to know that we're for him and we're for God, not against him.
We hear a lot
And-
today about women's rights and women and a place for women and being important. What is wrong with staying home? There's everything right about it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I love staying at home. And I know
Yeah.
you
I do
ladies do
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place of peace and haven. And let's talk a little bit about our husbands. And like Miss Rosie said, the Bible says that you are his helpmate,
Mhm.
and to stand by him and to treat him with dignity.
Right.
We have to
like
be
you
for
s-
him. We
you
have to be
said-
on his side for everything. Because
say,
he reflects, if he's supposed to be our leader in the home
Mhm.
and he listens to God, well then we need to listen to him because he is.
Right.
Mhm.
That's his job.
We should be careful. She warned us about talking against our husbands or our children's father
Right.
behind his back or even in front of him
Mhm.
or even to others. A lot of times tend to, when women get together, we
Yeah.
have sometimes that husband bashing. That
Yeah.
doesn't do anything for our heart and
Right,
our
right.
love
Mm-mm.
for our husbands. It only hurts to,
Mhm.
the situation perhaps. And we
Right.
should never backbite or, talk bad about our husbands negatively in front of him, in front of the children, or anyone. It should not
Right.
be a topic.
Yeah. And
That was something that she stressed in,
Right.
in her letters.
That's right.
and the way we talk to him too.
Right.
Bossing him around. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
our place to tell him
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
Our husband's we're not his mother. And
Right.
he's not our child. He's our,
Right.
our husbands and we honor him, we honor God by honoring him. What are some ways that we could share about preparing, the attitude of the children, preparing the children when daddy's coming home, having our homes prepared, I know, to have it clean and neat, and we have the home with cooking and the smells of the home, and not, the children rambunctious. I know
Try to calm
with
them down.
Rail, and he says to me one time, he said, "You take the sting out of my day," and that is something that's my trophy, that's my paycheck, because if he feels that way about me, and that is, it affirmed to me that. That is my place is, wow, I make him feel like, I take the sting out of his day, and that
Right.
his home is the haven.
Right, he's happy to be there.
He's
He
happy to
wants
be
to
home.
come home.
Right.
You
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah, William tells me often that he's glad that I'm here and that I'm for him. Not, that
Not
I'm not
against him.
Not against him. I don't fight him for anything ever. I mean, I just don't. I don't. I really can't tell you what we've actually fought about. Now we just don't fight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we have a perfect relationship,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying.
Right,
It's,
and that really
just-
comes from us, because we can make things difficult,
Or we can make it easy. Yeah.
And you had told us once before about how you prepare your kids for William.
Yeah,
coming home.
like when I know he's coming home, I'll get him excited. Daddy's coming home. Daddy's coming home. And William always brings whatever he has, the first one to the car and gets it. It doesn't matter if it's a Coke or whatever. And so they're there and they're waiting. And they're going to race to get to that car to go see
Right.
Daddy. So they're all over it. And even when other people come, it's receptive. People love. It's heartwarming. They see
Yeah.
all these kids running up, and they're happy to see him, and they'll hug a stranger.
Yeah.
They don't know him, but
Right.
but it does. It means a lot to these to William and other people too.